Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, April 17th. I'm Ed, and welcome to Let's Cook It. This morning, what I'm going to make is a cucumber onion salad. It's a pretty basic recipe. It should come together pretty quickly. I haven't made it before, so this will be the first time on camera that I'm doing it. The other ingredients that you're going to use for this recipe is you're going to make a little dressing, and it's going to be a cup of mayonnaise, a half cup of white sugar, and a quarter cup of white vinegar. I've already started slicing up some of the cucumbers with the mandolin slicer, and it's a pretty messy process, as you probably know that already. And I've got about half the cucumbers done, so what I'm going to do is finish the other 4 pieces that I have and the onion, put them in the bowl, put that dressing together, and mix it up for you. All right, so like I said, this has been a pretty messy process. But it is cucumbers, and they're pretty messy anyway, so I guess that's all right. All right, let's put the camera down here so you can see what's going on. I've got the cutting board and the mandolin slicer, and of course, never, ever, 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 ever use a mandolin slicer without the guard. No good will come of that. All right, so... well, see why you always want to use the guard. Because sometimes the food will slip. Now, the recipe says to slice these cucumbers really thin and to use a mandolin slicer for uniformity. These cucumber slices are thin. They're thinner than I expected them to be, but I'm going to trust the recipe, because I assume the thinner the cucumbers are and the onions is that they're going to help soak up that dressing and make a really good taste. All right. So let's get those cucumbers in there. You know what? Yeah, I think that'll be all right. Let me use this one first. Might have to cut that bigger piece of cucumber with a knife before I put it on the slicer. As you probably know, or have guessed, maybe, this mandolin slicer came from the Goodwill that we go to. And I think it's pretty handy to have around. Take that big piece out of there. All right, now for the onion. Let's cut some onion slices pretty thin and see how the mandolin slicer does with the onion. Ooh, I'd say that's pretty good. I had to get a large onion because I really couldn't find a medium-sized onion, which is what the recipe calls for. So I just cut this in half, and I'm sure I'll use the onion in some other recipe. All right. So let's put the rest of that onion in there. Let's get all this out of the way. I'm going to put the cutting board over here in the sink. All right. So now, what I'm going to do is mix up this dressing. And it reminds me of dressing that my grandma used to make for coleslaw. But I think her dressing used milk. I'm not really sure. I guess you could use milk in this recipe, but it doesn't call for it, so I'm not going to do that. All right, as I said, 1 cup of mayonnaise, a half cup of sugar, and a quarter cup of white vinegar. So let's put the camera down here again so you can see. I'm going to use all of this. Vinegar, white sugar, and the mayonnaise. All right. Now, when I was reading this recipe, it said to use a medium bowl. Well, I started out with a medium bowl and it didn't look like it was gonna be big enough. So I got a large bowl. Because as you can see, it looks like a lot. And also, while I'm mixing this dressing up, it looks like it isn't going to be enough dressing, but I'm going to trust the recipe. And I suppose if you made too much, it would just be really soupy. This recipe also calls for some salt and pepper, but I think what I'm going to do is not put it in this recipe. Just use salt and pepper when I put some on a plate or in a bowl and eat it. And of course, you can hear the dogs. They're playing over there in the dining room, right in front of me, because why not? I guess they want some camera time too. All right, let's pour the dressing over top. Scrape it out of there. Also, it is Easter Sunday, so happy Easter to those of you who celebrate it. If not, that's quite all right. Happy Sunday to you. Stir this up. And it says to refrigerate this for about 4 to 6 hours so you can make sure the onions and the cucumbers have really come together with the dressing and soaked it in. I assume that's probably going to be better. So I'm also going to trust the recipe and not try it right now. I'll try it in a few hours and I'll be sure to let you know how it turns out. So anyway, a short video, but I wanted to get something up. I was going to do this last night, but it was a pretty long day at work, so I thought, well, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to come home and watch some television. Check out this coffee cup. It says, "Hello Dear, medium roast, rich and complex, small batch roasted, product of Ecuador." Of course, that's a Goodwill find, and I saw it. I had to have it. Because I do have quite a few coffee cups from Goodwill. I probably should not buy any more coffee cups, but if I see one I like, I get it. That particular cup that I just showed you, it does come in a set, and they're all animal themed. It would be nice if I could find, I think there's 4 of them, maybe 6, I don't know. But as with most things, you only get 1 or 2 and not the whole set. Once in a while you hit the jackpot and you find an entire set of something that you've seen at a really good price. Okay, so let's show you this cucumber onion salad. Not much to it. Onions, cucumbers, and some dressing in a bowl. And of course it says put the lid on it, which I'm going to do. Put it in the refrigerator and let it sit all day long. All right. So, remember the other day I made that $1 million spaghetti? Well, people seem to really like that recipe, and one of my friends actually made it. And she sent me a picture. And she said it turned out really good, but her boyfriend said it could probably use a little bit more sauce, which I do agree with. And the next time I make it, I'm going to put a lot of sauce in it, maybe a whole jar. I just think it would be better like that. Anyway, but they did like it. They had a good taste, and they would make it again. And also, it made me happy that she made it. And I hope it's okay when I say this. Corinne, I'm going to do a shout out to you. And, you know, keep up the good work. I know you're a good cook, and I know your family really liked it. Okay, So the $1 Million Spaghetti was a hit, and I'm going to be making that again today because Rich is going to take it to work and they're going to have a carry-in for Easter. So he thought that would be a good item to take in as a casserole, and I said I would make some more. So anyway, but I'm not going to put that on a video because you've already seen it. So tonight, or later on, we're going to try this cucumber dish, and I hope it really turns out good. And if it does, great, I'll make it again. If not, well, that's okay. It's no big deal. I think it'll be good though. All right, so I'm going to try to think of another recipe to make later on today. Don't know exactly what it is. I need to search some stuff and see what I can put together for you guys. And any suggestions, of course, I always welcome those. All right, everybody. I'm going to get out of here. I've got some things to do, such as get that casserole made for Rich so he can take it to work later. And I guess that's it. I hope everyone has a great Sunday. I hope everyone has a really great start to their week tomorrow. And I hope everybody's doing well. And, you know, just take care of each other, and especially take care of yourselves, and just do good. Because you know what? We all need to do more good in this world. I think that really helps everybody out. Okay. Again, this is Ed. This is Let's Cook It. Oh, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell if you haven't done so already. I really appreciate that. All right, I'm going to say it. It doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to taste good. Everybody, I'll see you later next time on Let's Cook It. Have a great day. Bye for now.